My name is John Estevez.
Josiah Yeaton.
My name is James Silva.
My name is Mateo Joseph Gerardius Reyes.
I became a member of AGO in the spring of 2019. I heard about it from my friend, my roommate, Matt Salduti, who was also a friend of mine from home. I went to high school with him, and he introduced me to AGO my freshman year of college. And so I went through the process in the spring semester of 2019 and was initiated at the end of that semester in April.
Now I joined AGO as one of my good friends, Henry, from freshman year. He shared a lot about what the fraternity was with me, and he always included me and invited me to all their events. And that was like the first, memories I have about it was because of him. And eventually, he convinced me to join after like a very extended period of time, but I'm glad I did. And
my brother's best friend from back home was a part of AGO. I forget the chapter name, but the AGO out in SDSU. He was at the time the head chaplain over the national chaplain for AGO, and he convinced me to join. He said it's a really great way to make some friends coming in as a freshman. And I have to say he was right. I met a lot of my best friends out here in college, in AGO, so it's been great.
So interesting enough is that I actually wasn't planning on joining NGO at first. I did, two of my friends, named Jared and James, they invited me to come to AGO, and I thought it was just a club, but I ended up finding that it was actually a fraternity. And knowing the reputation of what fraternities usually are, I was really skeptical about what exactly was going on, and just like the whole fraternity itself. So I was really on the edge of joining it, and it got to a point where so then I started to do a little more research about what it was, and I ended up finding, okay, this fraternity seems really legit. They seem they have the right values, they have all the right thoughts. And once I got to know the guys, I definitely understood that God was trying to tell me that this is the right step in the direction, and that's how I got it.
AGO is community for me, one that I can belong to and grow in a relationship with Christ with other like-minded men, but also just to grow in maturity. And to just do life and figure things out together with them.
Henry played a big part of that because he was always he was pushy, but the good kind of pushy where he just kind of explained the value of it to me. And over time I started to see that, and I just wanted to be a part of it after a while. And also a lot of other guys in the fraternity as well, like John and David and James and a few other people who I knew as good friends before, but wasn't actually officially part of the fraternity. So I'd say definitely just the members in general were a huge reason why.
I joined AGO at first to be part of something bigger than myself, until it not come to Liberty with absolutely no friends at all.
So AGO's taught me that a lot more can be accomplished in a brotherhood than by yourself. So whether that's emotionally or trying to get something done, and just using communication is very key, and I always value that because of the fraternity. And so that's definitely one of the larger things that I've learned from it, I'd say.
To help you grow in your relationship with God, and also to grow in your relationship with other people.
I can rely on others, and I don't need to go through life just I can handle this on my own, but that God has sent us brothers for a reason.
To be present with where I am, and to just in the things that I feel like the Lord has called me to do, not to wait on them to happen, but to use the environment that I'm already in, to be faithful in those things. And so AGO has been that outlet for me since I've been called to ministry, and I feel like that's what the Lord wants me to do, and not just to wait to be in ministry after college, but to use AGO as a ministry and a place that the Lord has called me to before I go into real ministry, even though AGO is real ministry. And so I've been able to do that by stepping into the role of chaplain, and even being the president for the last school year.
That definitely taught me how important relationships are. It's also taught me about how important a brotherhood is, and how important it is that you have people that are there to support you and to basically
Hearing other brothers' experiences has been really helpful in being in AGO, and just hearing what it has been for different people and the different experiences that they've had. It's very different being at UCLA or at USC, Westchester, and even here at Liberty University. We all get a different kind of taste of what AGO is and what it can be, depending on the school that you're at and the environment that you're in.
Probably fellowship. There's a lot of growth in fellowship. Without fellowship, your relationship with God can be stunted.
Spiritually, it's taught me that more like accountability, I'd say, in a way. I feel like our fraternity is big on accountability, especially at while you're the end of rush, when you do Big I, especially too. I saw that there's a lot of certain things that it kind of teaches you, and a lot of them are spiritual.
Spiritually, definitely that it's a struggle, and it's nothing is always perfect in this world, and it's very important that you always keep a close relationship with the Lord and also relationship with others, because you cannot do things by yourself, that's for sure. And God taught me that through the people of this chapter, and I am very glad that they've spiritually they've taught me these things.
AGO has taught me the importance of having a community.
You can learn a lot from everyone, just because all the members are so different, I feel like. John's a good leader, and he kind of organizes everything, especially during meetings and events and stuff. And of course, it's a group effort as well.
I've learned so much from each member. I have to say, overall, to rely on one another, and that they'll always be there if you ever need a helping hand or a shoulder to lean on.
They've taught me a lot about just the importance of relationships and gathering with others to grow both spiritually, and yeah, that's really just how much I've grown with them.
Henry is, he's a good motivator, and like John, he kind of keeps everyone on task, and a lot of times he's the heart of that, which I respect, of course.
We're definitely in need of people that are godly, that we need to surround each other with in order for us to grow in the faith. Trials
Can really lead to good all the time, and there's a reason for all the hard things you go through, and that's what testimony is, and that's what everybody in the fraternity has, and that's what we share a lot. So I definitely say that as well.
And having a Christ-like community around you, and not just a community that can pull you up, but a community of guys that you can also pour into wherever you are, because everybody's in a different place. Some people are more spiritually mature than others, and AGO just offers that environment and that community to where wherever you are, you can be poured into by somebody, and you can pour into somebody as well.